There is very high chance now that these talks are not going to move the way people were expecting it to move, like Islamabad Accords and everything. And this is exactly where the story gets confused. Welcome to Fourth Floor Post English. Because for days, the mood was that the talks are happening. Islamabad is becoming the center. Pakistan is about to get the diplomatic stamp. And Trump is somehow going to walk away with the new, clean victory. But power politics does not work on excitement. It works on leverage. And right now, the problem is that Trump wants a win. America wants presence in Strait post-war. Iran wants respect post-war. And China wants America nowhere near its permanent chokehold over its energy route, the Strait. So the talks may still happen, but they may also drag. They may become indirect, and they may become, the situation where everybody keeps saying that something is about to happen and nothing actually moves. And honestly, this may be the more dangerous phase. Trump is now saying that Iranians can call him whatever they want or whenever they want. Sounds confident, right? But think about it. The same Iranians who were not willing to even sit properly with his team are now supposed to call Trump directly so that Trump can announce, see, they called me. This is not diplomacy. This is the man begging for optics without saying he is begging for optics. Iran understands this, China understands this, and that is why Iran is not in a hurry. The Iranian position is simple: remove the blockade, then talks. Trump position is come to talks under the blockade, give me the image of control, and then maybe I remove the pressure. Why would Iran accept that? Why would Iran give Trump the one thing he needs the most, the appearance of victory? And when America has already exposed that, it has very few clean options left. And this is where a lot of Pakistani analysts becomes dishonest. People are trying to create stories that Iran is divided and the Iranian regime has cracks. One faction wants to talk and one faction does not. Khamenei is being misled. The president says one thing and the deep state says another thing. Brother, relax. The Iranian state is saying one thing very clearly: open the strait and then we will talk. That is not confusion. This is hardball. The real confusion is on the American side. Trump first made it about uranium. Then regime change disappeared. Then the language changed. Then the ceasefire was extended. Then Pakistan was thanked. Then fantastic was repeated again and again. Now the Iranians are being caused to call whenever they want. This is not strategy. This is a man trying to convert retreat into theater. But behind Trump's theater, America's actual problem is very serious. This is no longer about Iran. This is about Strait. And that Strait is not just a waterway. It is a China's energy route. It is Arabs' survival. It is dollars' confidence. It is oil psychology. And it is the future of American military relevance in the Middle East. America does not simply want ships to pass. America wants presence. That is the real issue. If America can turn this crisis into long-term security role around the Strait, then even after losing political influence, it can still sit on the route and say, you may not like us, but you still need us. And that is exactly what Iran and China cannot allow. China does not need to come forward directly. Why should it? Trump probably wants that. He wants to stretch this issue until China becomes the part of the conversation. Because once China is directly in the frame, America can turn it into a bigger bargain. But China is not foolish. China can stay behind Iran. China can use Pakistan. China can explore alternative routes. Gwadar, CPEC. China can simply wait while America embarrasses itself, and the countries who are allies of America, who are being hit by this war, starts to move away from America, and the American sanctions starts to become irrelevant. And this is the point many people are missing. Iran is not alone in this hardball. Iran is the front face. The logic behind this resistance is much bigger. Now come to the Pakistan's role. Pakistan became relevant, yes, but let's not get drunk on the relevance. Pakistan was not given ownership of the game. Pakistan was given the channel. This is the big difference. America needs Pakistan because it does not have many options left. Iran can still talk through Pakistan because there is some trust left, especially from the Chinese angle. China can allow Pakistan to remain useful because Pakistan's interests are naturally aligned with avoiding permanent American pressure over the region. So Pakistan is relevant, but it is relevant because the movement is bigger than Pakistan. And this is where we must be very careful. If our power structure starts thinking that Trump's praise means personal importance has become permanent, then we are again making the same old mistake. Compliance are not leverage, headlines are not strategy, and diplomatic noise is not national power. What exactly have we gained if the control keeps becoming expensive? What exactly have we gained if transport remains under pressure? The transport of the oil. What exactly have we gained if Islamabad and Rawalpindi stay locked down because talks may happen today, tomorrow, or whenever Trump's mood stabilizes? A country cannot eat mediation. Businessmen cannot pay salaries with fantastic statements. The public cannot survive on diplomatic selfies. If this limbo or this stalemate continues, countries like Pakistan will bleed first. Oil becomes expensive, reserves come under pressure, cost of businesses rises, unemployment follows, and then the same government will come and say, IMF forced us, sir. Brother, if after so much diplomacy, after so much praise, after so much international relevance, fantastic statements, you still cannot get relief for your people, and then what? What exactly was the achievement here? This is why I keep saying noise is not benefit. And the bigger question is even more uncomfortable. Can Pakistan afford Chinese anger at this moment? We talk about America, we talk about Saudi Arabia, we talk about IMF, we talk about Arab money, fine. But can Pakistan afford to be seen as helping America create a long-term pressure point over a route that matters deeply to China? This is not small diplomatic choice, this is a state-level decision. And this is where Pakistan's internal contradiction becomes very dangerous. Pakistan as a state needs peace, energy security, regional connectivity, China, Iran, and stability as a state. But Pakistan's power structure often looks for relevance through America, Saudi Arabia, and personal guarantees. These two instincts cannot keep walking together forever now. And at some point now, a choice has to come. And that choice may come sooner than we think. Because once this fog's clear, which is about to clear, whether there is an Islamabad accord or a delayed accord or a fake breakthrough or a complete fizzle out, Pakistan's internal power politics will start moving. The current setup is already full of air, and when the system is full of air, it can either expand or burst. There will be people thinking, why should Shehbaz get the credit? The work was done somewhere else. There will be people thinking Punjab must be secured for Maryam Nawaz Sharif and let Khan have all. There may be people thinking that People's Party will be in danger for the coming setup. Sindh may again become the laboratory, old formulas, old families, old alliances. Maybe Khan would be given a free hand in Sindh. All of this can return, not because anyone has learned politics, but because when power feels uncertain, it repeats its oldest habits. PTI's future obviously is tied to this moment, but not in a simplistic way people think. Khan's resistance is important, yes, but the biggest threat to this system is not Khan sitting in jail. The biggest threat to this system right now and the coming world is this: how they will adapt to change. Because if the international guarantees change, if America relevance weakens, if Saudi calculations shift, if China becomes more decisive, then Pakistan's internal guarantees also starts to shake. I always say Khan may be offered something, some confidence building measures, maybe Bushra Bibi's relief. If it happens, would be a major sign. PTI may see internal purging then. Some current faces may fade, old guards or new faces may return. But if Khan makes a deal that protects the personal interest of the same establishment, of the same power structure, and it does not restore the political stability but just changes of the faces, then that is not the victory. That is another managed return. Pakistan needs stability, not the danda stability, not the managed stability, real stability. Elections, rule of law, accountability, political settlement, and the state that knows what it is doing. Because the world that is coming will not reward fake stability. I mean, look at India. India is economically important, yes. It should think of itself as an important country in terms of economy. Every ambitious country does that. But after May 25th, a lot of myths broke in India. The myth that India was becoming a military superpower capable of handling Pakistan and then containing China took a serious hit. Since then, Modi has looked reactive. Instead of absorbing the reality check, he went deeper into the Netanyahu's lens, deeper into ideological politics, deeper into fantasy that religious nationalism can replace the strategic clarity. But a nation cannot live forever inside an illusion. Economic strength is real for India, institutions are real for India, diversity is real for India, machinery is real for India, democracy is real for India. But if Modi's politics damages those strengths, then India's dream of becoming a great power will become another emotional project trapped inside its own propaganda. And this is the same warning for everyone in the region. Illusions are breaking. The illusion of automatic American dominance is breaking. The illusion of Arab country or Arab security under the permanent American protection is breaking. The illusion that Israel can create chaos and become safer is breaking. The illusion that Pakistan can survive with controlled politics and still benefit from the bloc politics is breaking. The illusion that China will come to the Trump's table just because Trump want it is not happening. The new world will not arrive politely. It will arrive through oil prices, currency pressures, different routes, ignoring the sanctions, military alliances. And for us and the Arab countries and the people who are reliant on American world order, they will see domestic unrest. They will see elite panic. And no, the dollar will not disappear like that. It will keep on disappearing with the time. Because the dollar's perception was America's military reach, America's oil, machinery, America's trust, institution, America's habit, America's reliance, everything is weakening. So it's not going to disappear overnight, but it is going to disappear. And if America forces on becoming like that, like closing the strait, not giving anything about how world is weakening, how its own economy is going down the tank, how its own people are going to face the wrath of his decisions, then obviously America should realize then other countries will be forced to survive outside the American system. And that is how the orders decline, slowly, then suddenly. So the question for Pakistan is very simple. Are we watching the moment as a state or as a power club? If we watch it as a state, then our priority should be stability, regional connectivity, energy security, balanced diplomacy, internal political settlement, and serious decision making. If we watch it as a power club, then we will be chasing praises, we will have inflated egos, manipulated courts, disturbing provincial autonomies, dreams of new setups, and we will call it strategy. And then when the spotlight will fade, we will be left with expensive fuel, weaker reserves, angry people, hostile politics, and confused institutions, and another missed historical moment. And that is why I keep saying Pakistan has a relevance. But relevance is not enough. The question is whether Pakistan can convert that relevance into national benefit, because history does not remember who got pressed by Trump for 2 days. History remembers who understood the turn before it became obvious.